Okay, so I just want to welcome everyone officially to to what is sure to be, based on the pre-chat, sure to be a fun and raucous. And Dawn was actually just sharing with us how she was on fire. So I think that would be the first topic to start off with. So Dawn, I just have a quick question. When are you not on fire?
Thank you.
I don't even know.
Is there a hot and a cold state, or is it just like always hot and flamey? And I don't know, is it always just like sizzling hot over where you are?
It is always on fire. Let's be honest.
Kelly, you know it, sister. I mean,
Let's just be real here.
I don't even know. Like, I feel so not worthy of the wonderfulness that I'm experiencing.
Oh.
Like,
I feel the same.
Yeah.
I feel so fortunate.
Oh, so I mean, yeah. Seriously.
So can we just clear up, everybody? All of you folks are absolutely worthy. And the cool thing is that I've known and worked with many of you for years. And Dave, I think, Dave, you're probably the latest into my sort of little fold of people that I love to work with. But it's, you're all stars. And I think you got it really. My goal for you guys this next year, my ask is that you actually step in and just allow it and like be like, okay, yeah, you're not being big headed. Say, this is what I did. I'm really proud of what I've done. So do you guys have like a gratitude list that you do? Dawn, I want to start with you, because if you don't feel worthy, please make a list.
Right. No, and it's funny that you say that, because we just started the BFD podcast recently, and we recorded a couple of episodes yesterday. And one of the episodes was all about the question was, what are you the most proud of in your business? Okay, because obviously, who isn't proud of my daughter? You'll see Emily is here because I gave her the wrong link, but she's here. I wanted her to meet everybody. She's coming next week, and it's gonna be awesome. Anyway, and what we were most proud of in our business and what's happened to us. And I literally, did I put it back? I did. I put it back up, and I said, you know what? Honestly, I was told I would never be a CPA, and I wasn't smart enough. I said, this is what I'm proud of.
There you go.
I'm not proud of the letters.
Don't let anybody tell you can't be anything. What kind of hooey is that?
It's hooey.
Here's the thing, Dawn. It's like, okay, let's just pretend for a second. If everything goes wrong and you're totally right and you totally don't deserve anything you're getting, what's the answer to that? Enjoy it while it lasts, sister. It's not to walk out of the room and disqualify yourself. If you're actually unqualified, enjoy the ride. You snuck in the back door of the party, eat some free shrimp, get it while it's getting's good.
Get it while it's hot.
And you know what? The other thing is, Richard Branson always said, if someone asks you to do something and you don't know how to do it, say yes and then learn how to do it.
Figure it out. Yep.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I want to just add to Dawn and Kristen real quick, because I would even go even further and say that it's not that you are in the wrong place. It's that maybe you weren't realizing that this was the path for you. Like, I truly, guys, if you know me, like if you really know me, I don't believe there's coincidences or accidents. I believe that things happen to us and for us. And then you choose whether you want to follow through with that.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, like
right.
I mean, I hope we go into our stories, but literally 2014, I was walking through QuickBooks Connect. I walked by this massive table where I think you guys were having like a trainer, like let's get pumped session. Dawn, Heather, Stacy, Allison, they were all there. And guys, I walked by and I literally got chills from head to toe. And I called my brother. My brother just told my 6-year-old son this story. That's why this is super emotional for me. I walked by that table, grabbed the phone, called my brother and said, just so you know, because I need someone to be accountable for this, I will be on that table next year. And I was on that table next year. So that's how it works, guys. Like literally that's
I just want to interject with a quote. So Dawn gave us these cards at QB. I was like QB Appy Hour Camp, Appy Camp. I don't know why I couldn't think of the words. And listen to today's. Find the good, it's all around you. Find it, showcase it, and you'll start believing in it. And I feel like that's right on par with what we're saying.
I had one too.
And what was yours, Heather? Okay, I want to read mine. I want to read
when
mine.
you find it.
I have a different kit. I have a different kit. I have a different kit, but mine is from my quote of the day is from Anna Quinlan. What is really hard and really amazing is giving up on being perfect and beginning the work of becoming yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Love it.
What do you think? So for many of you on the call here, many of you have been to QuickBooks Connect before. and you understand really how special it is and how the connections are, you really are going to make a lot of connections. But for those of you that have never been, I want to share, I want everyone around, I'm just going to randomly pounce on people. So Debbie, I want to start with you. You actually opened it up for me because you've got QBC veteran. What do you think? Is there anything that you know now that you wish you had known at your first QuickBooks Connect? Like that you'd like to share, with someone, like for tips and things, like Z Maria saying it's my first one. She's attended virtual ones, but she's never been in first.
Every one of us have been to the first one.
Yeah.
We are all the same. None of us are special in the sense that we're like on pedestals. Mm-hmm. We are equal to everyone. So I have never been afraid. I remember my very first conference, which was a Sleater conference, knew no one I was just told to go. And you see who the stars are, the ones that are speaking, the ones like Mariette said, and I remember there was a dinner and I went, they're the stars. I'm sitting at that table. Go sit at their table. They're not
join in. No one's going to kick you out. No one's going to say you don't belong here, right?
And we've all had the questions. We all are afraid inside that we're not good enough. Mm-hmm. And by you asking us questions, it makes us feel important and special. You don't understand how you're asking us helps us.
Yeah.
So never be afraid to go up and talk to somebody. No one at QuickBooks Connect is different, or even the big speakers. I remember walking up to Malcolm Gladwell when he was at the conference and started talking to him.
And he was probably really nice, right?
He was very nice. They're all nice. And if they're snoots, they won't be around long. So but
we did have a couple of headline speakers that were snoots, and they won't be invited back.
Exactly. But you will learn more in the hallways than you learn in any class. Well, except for mine. I have two.
Or mine.
Both at 3:00 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But you'll learn more in the hallways, and make sure that you meet colleagues, because when we leave QuickBooks Connect, we're going home to our offices by ourselves.
Most of us, yeah.
And then we're in our heads. I can't do this. That's not good enough. What did I learn? Blah, blah. So we're in our heads all the time, telling us that we're less than. So if you find a colleague that you can connect with, which are all of these people for me, and we all were brand new, and I just started talking to them,
Yeah.
I remember Dawn she was teaching a class in Orlando at a big ballroom. I remember you hadn't passed the exam yet. Yeah. And I went up to you and started talking to you. Do you remember? And
how would I forget?
You remember me?
Remember you.
But she was, that's where the first time I'd met Dawn. But every one of Kelly was in one of my classes and came up, and then we started working together.
Yeah.
I have no problem latching on to people. I'm like, hey, I'm new here.
She's like a leech.
Yeah, adopt me.
Yeah, and
take me with you. Where are we going? Oh, okay, I'm following you. Like literally, no problem.
Yeah,
with that.
And really, for the folks on here that it's your first time, if you do see any of us, just come up and say, "Oh, I'm just, what should I'm feeling a little nervous or whatever." Like, don't be worried about being vulnerable and asking for, I remember meeting Heather Malka at one of the first ones. She came alone. She's, bookkeeper. She felt really kind of timid and everything. And I said, I was working at QuickBooks at the time. And I said, hang out with us. And she goes, are you serious? I said, yeah, we'll introduce you to everybody. By about 3 hours later, she had a little gang of people and she was leading them around. It was great. So so don't be afraid to Debbie's point is really awesome. So
there's a law of large numbers too. If you're an introvert, I'm an introvert.
Yep.
Kelly can attest. I can talk on a stage, but I hate small talk. So my first QuickBooks was so anxiety. I just decided I have to say hi to 15 people. That way, no one person takes on the kind of importance. It's all about the numbers. Just do it. It just takes practice. It's rep. It's just going to the gym. It's reps.
Yeah.
And you might not like it, but you're gonna like what comes of it.
That's right. Yeah, being a little bit out of your comfort zone would be really good. And actually, Dawn, I'm gonna take Emily. If Emily could go off, if Emily could exit and just rejoin as an attendee, then we have our Brady Bunch.
Yeah, go ahead, Em, jump off.
Yeah,
buddy.
do you mind? I'm sorry, Emily, we love you. But if you're not on
camera, Dawn, I actually sent her the link for the real one for the attendee. Yeah. So tell her, Emily, check her email. Yeah, I did send it to her.
I got
your daughter covered. I covered it.
I just had a fantasy of having a Brady Bunch, and some of you on the call are like, "Okay, really? Like this is like so lame." Allison wants a Brady Bunch, but you know
there
what?
will be a picture, right?
We'll do a picture. We'll do a goofy one, and then we'll do a fun one. Yeah, absolutely. We'll do a.
Okay, Allison and lame don't go together. Can I just say that? Like you don't. You are so freaking awesome.
It often does.
Definitely not.
But Jeannie, we're so happy to have you. You were probably coming in hot from something else. We totally understand how it is.
I thought we were at 9:30.
Don't worry. Do not worry. And Emily held down the fort for you. So we had our Brady Bunch grid. Yeah. But we were really just sharing. So Kristen, I want to go a little deeper into what you said about introverts. I would imagine that and it's funny because most people think of me as being an extrovert. I present that way, but I actually get my energy from being alone. And so that's why often I do skip the parties. Now, I am not saying skip the parties because the parties are super fun and everything. But for me, after I have talked in a booth all day and really given, because I'm always like part of the booth staff, right? Because whether I'm with QuickBooks or not, I'm always part of the booth staff. So, and going with Liscio, I'll also be part of the booth staff. So if I come in and just kind of maybe just sort of hang out for a little bit at Connect Fest and then I leave and I don't stay for the dancing and partying, that's only because I really just need to have that me time and, fill up the tank for the next day. But let's talk, I was just see Kelly, let's talk about how you kind of balance your energy at a big conference. Because you and Kristen both said that you were introverts and, no problem getting on stage, but you do your presentation and everything. And then, so what are the tips for you as far as like going to a session and then sort of balancing? How do you think about that?
So I always say this and everyone kind of laughs, but I totally fake it until I'm comfortable.
You kind of push
so I basically
tip. Yeah.
Grin and bear it until I'm like, okay, cool. So it's not something that's really ever come natural to me. Like networking, I've had to practice at it. And along with speaking and everything else, but networking especially because those conversations can be like really tough. It's like, hey, how are you? Good. How are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it your first time? Yeah. It's like, so it's like everything really, in me is uncomfortable.
Something really fun.
So what's your major? That's
yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is something fun that somebody did to me one time at a conference in the UK. It was hilarious. We were sort of saying, well, how are you doing today? Are you enjoying it? And he said, small talk, small talk, small talk, small talk, small talk, small talk, small talk. And yes. I looked at him and he said, small talk? And I said, small talk.
I like that actually.
Small talk.
I like that a lot.
I really love that. But,
small talk. And he laughed. We both laughed. And then the ice was broken and he said, I honestly don't know how to make small talk. So he said, I just come up and use those words. And then people really, then they get into it. And I was like, that is a fantastic tip. Yeah. So you can be a little bizarre if you want to be, right? You could be a little bit weird.
Honestly,
so if you ask questions about them,
yes,
people are thinking
that is the key.
Than who are you? So come up with a list of questions. So when you meet people,
it can even be what session are you most excited about,
which speaker?
What are you going to next?
Where are you from? When'd you fly in? Are you going to any of the shows?
I approach networking and dating like the same way. Like, let's get them to talk about themselves, and once they're started, and they just kind of like, okay, and now I can just kind of like go along for the ride, like that kind of thing.
The more you get someone to talk about themselves, the more they'll like you.
Yeah, it is true actually.
That's true of everything.
But like, I'm a really awkward conversation ender, like horribly awkward. And so,
okay, bye.
So I just know what I'm gonna be doing next, and then like have that thing.
Right.
So
yeah,
when you
minutes when it buzzes, I gotta be somewhere.
Oh, really sorry, nice gotta go.
Yeah, and I think Cindy,
and there is so much to see and do at QuickBooks Connect that you will have no problem having all the things.
It's going to be
Cindy in the chat really mentioned something, which is don't hold yourself accountable to every single session. I got to go to everything that you're so rigidly planned out that you're not having fun. The hope is that this is going to be a fun experience for everybody. It's not just about the learning and the parties and stuff like that. And you know, the key takeaway that I have for a lot of people that are introverts and are scared to go out there and talk, when you're standing at the Licio booth or whatever other booth that is out there, there are your friends. The
definitely.
Friends, and you know the app, you know Allison, hang out at the booth and talk.
Come and hang out. Come and talk.
They're going to help get you that hey, you need to meet this person because I know about you. So I think that's also very helpful. And Kelly, I disagree. You are a social butterfly. I learned it.
I promise you. I promise you, and I have to say this all the time. I promise you, it's uncomfortable for me at first. So and I try. And you know what? That's actually a good thing because that means it doesn't show. So I'm hiding.
Unless it's midnight at a campground, then you're not very uncomfortable, Kelly. Because I was with you a few months ago at midnight, laying under the stars, and you were not uncomfortable.
I am not uncomfortable. No, I'm actually way more comfortable.
That may have sounded kind of weird, by the way, but okay.
But
and that's actually the case,
too.
Cool.
Let's Connect this year has brought back brain dates. They also have
there's a lot.
So even if you're not good at like talking to people just out of the blue, it's particularly brain dates are such a great way to have a reason to talk to people. They're a great way to meet people who are actually interested in things you're interested in. You get to have a real conversation. There's a time limit and it's in one place and then you're done, but you get to know all
and then you can walk away.
So take advantage of that.
Oh, I have a tip that I learned the hard way several years in a row. And that is if there's somebody that you really want to connect with at QuickBooks Connect, you need to schedule that beforehand. Absolutely. So you need to reach out to them now and say, hey, I really want to meet you for coffee. I really want to meet for a cocktail. I really want to just sit next to you in a session. If you don't do it, what ends up happening is you're on the plane ride home and you go,
I miss that person.
I know there's never enough time and everybody thinks there's going to be time and it's impossible. And I'm coming from another conference. I come in on the morning of Wednesday and leave Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And there's parties on Friday night and there's stuff on Tuesday and all these things. I'm like, I'm missing a bunch. Darn it.
Yeah, I'm missing those as well. Jeannie, Jeannie and Heather, I'll ask both of you, when you think about if you wanted to reach out to somebody, would you do that on LinkedIn if you didn't know them, or would you? What would be your approach?
That's a great way to connect. Absolutely,
you can also
have the contact stuff.
I believe
or through the app. I think you can do it through the QuickBooks through the app as well.
Yeah. You can do it through the app.
It's funny because you guys have this. Okay, make an appointment, make a time, whatever. I have actually found that for me, I do have to keep things fairly loose. And then maybe it's different because I think I'm the only person that's really going to be anchored to a booth and have like times when people are going to be coming to us. But I think one of the things I love about the QuickBooks Connect app is that you can put your schedule together. And so you know what's blocked and what's not, right?
Except they're all on top of each other, all the good sessions. At the same time.
So let's talk about that. So let's talk about the sessions that you guys are most excited about. And then how do you think about, what advice would you give for folks for if there's something that they really want to see and there's two that compete?
Well, Allison and Dawn are going against each other.
Oh, no, on
9 o'clock on the 9th.
Well, I'm repeating the following day. So there we go.
I know, and you both have repeats. So that's how you can tell, by the way, that it's a repeat session if it has a date on the agenda. And I didn't figure that out. I'm a bit slow, y'all. But
I didn't know that either. They just actually asked me to do a repeat. I was pretty honored. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it has the title has a date on it if there's a repeat session, so that's good. But you two are going up against
so
each other.
If there's a date, then you can pick one, or you can do that. But what about folks that are coming with the staff? Maybe divide and conquer.
Yeah.
So one other thing I think that they're doing different this year, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it or not, but I'm gonna anyway, screw it. Because that's who I am. But
because it's Dawn.
All I know,
no one from Intuit is on this call. So they are not paying you to be here. So
I'm just saying that many of us, and those of you who else are teaching, I'd love to hear what your feedback is that we're recording our sessions. So I think they're gonna make some available after the fact.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they're all being recorded. Some are
not all being recorded.
I'm not
not all. But I will tell you mine is, but that doesn't mean
of course yours are.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say on all the sessions that they're being recorded. Some say that and some aren't. Like Dan Luthi, who I want to give a shout out to.
Yep.
He's doing a cool thing on niches or niches, whatever y'all want to call it. Understanding the economics of having
the
niches are the riches are in the niches. See, it's
the niches are in the ditches.
It's got to be the niches. The riches are in the niches. Remember David Leary did that one?
Yes, but that session says in the copy that it's going to be recorded, and some of the other ones don't. So I don't know if that's just.
But just, I mean, that's definitely something to consider if you're trying to decide between them. I mean, if you're really looking for entertainment, you're going to come to mine. If you're looking for a show in Vegas or Deb's, all of us really, let's be honest.
Yeah, not for nothing, you guys all put on a pretty good show.
I don't think there's a lot of laughs in mine. Mine is more mine is like more like we're going to look at,
yours is
what's going on in your life. Yeah.
A great topic. How busy firm leaders can make every day a good day. Who doesn't want that? I mean, I'm just going through these going, oh crap, I don't have enough time to go to all these sessions.
So many of them conflict.
But you guys gonna have cowboy visuals.
What?
Say it again, Kristen. You're cutting in and out a little bit.
I said mine is going to have cowboy visuals. So
actually, any graphic, I have to tell you that Kristen, I have no idea whether you're available to do this for people, but if people want like kick-ass graphics, they should go to Kristen because my God. Geez. And you also, Kelly. Yeah.
No. I was gonna say she's mine. So like.
Oh, she's your.
But
by the way, sorry. Speaking of giving a shout out to Kristen and Kelly, I took advantage of your Black Friday sale, by the way, and ordered some really cool mugs. And they haven't come yet, but I'm super excited. I ordered some mugs for all of my different friends that we all drink coffee and we all love cool mugs.
Thanks, Allison.
The mugs. And I was going to say to both Kristen and Kelly, if you guys can't think of something to say, just lift one of your mugs with a cool thing on it and you don't have to say a word.
Yeah.
Right.
Dawn, you got your hand up. You don't have to have your hand up.
Yeah.
You don't have to have your hand up, but
I don't want to cut it off. I didn't want to cut him off, but I wanted to bring it back a hot second.
Yeah.
Especially people that are brand new, or maybe that's their first time. Like, I know not brand new, maybe just virtual. Now you're coming live.
Yep.
Think about that booth that you can step in that has $100 bills flying all around you, and you're trying to grab as many of those $100 bills as you can get in your hands. I would not take that approach.
Right.
I would go to QuickBooks Connect with a plan. I want to, don't try to solve all the problems in your firm at this conference. Pick one or two things that you're like, not only am I going to go to this session because I want to learn about X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to go to that session because I'm not only going to learn about it, I'm going to go back and do something with it. Because we've all been to bazillion conferences. I go to sessions. Right. I'm like, that was unbelievable. And I got my notebook and I'm even on the plane, maybe all excited. And then I get back to my office and there's bye, because it sucks me back in. So if you want to be realistic about your experience, don't go in there expecting that you're going to meet everybody, that you're going to go to absolutely everything, that bring it back and try to come up with a plan before you go. That's the before you know. Well, you should.
But also, don't be afraid to veer off if there's something that happens or you come across something that you think might benefit you more or is going to be more fun or whatever the thing is. Awesome. Like my first QuickBooks Connect, I knew literally no people, and I was following on social, and so like I was back in my room and I'm like, oh my God, all these people are at a party. Like, where's the party? I don't know where the party is. I was completely clueless. I didn't know where the party was. So yeah. So if you see something and you want to veer off, I mean, don't stand anybody up.
You don't have to
do
not
recommend that. But
ask Kelly, she'll know where the party is.
You have to have fun again. And I think Dawn is saying that clearly, is that like you have to go with purpose, but then you also have to have fun in the process. There's a lot of shiny objects, and the shiny object syndrome is going to be there for all of us, even if we're seasoned QBC people. So it's, if we help refine what we're doing, like Dawn is saying, then it makes it more fun. And you'll get more out of it in that aspect.
Part of the experience is that embarrassment of riches, right? It's that feeling of being like, okay, and even the speakers, I'm like, really, guys? Like, I just feel like my brain is going to be full by the time I hear Serena Williams. and Malcolm Gladwell.
And Simon.
And poor Simon Sinek isn't going to be able to get in there.
Yeah.
And you know,
speaking of like embarrassment of Richmond's and social and kind of pacing yourself. So Twitter and following the hashtags is a really great way to keep in the conversation and understand like, where is that party or what is, and you can basically just reply back. So making sure that you are using that hashtag. Twitter is probably the main platform that people are going to be using to share. I know.
We don't like Twitter anymore. I know.
Well, we might not. If there's a different platform, then we should all be thinking about it now.
I hope somebody's going to tell us. Okay,
we should all be thinking about it right now. But it's probably going to be Twitter. So following along in that conversation, and you can basically look at the top posts, and you can also look at the latest posts. So you can look at them in different ways, and you can also just click on that hashtag and kind of just follow that hashtag. So that's a little tip for you to sort of understand what's going on, and then.
Be where you are. Don't be always afraid you're missing out, that you're not enjoying what you're doing though.
Yeah, you definitely need to stay like really kind of stay like there, because that embarrassment of riches, right? There's really a lot going on, right? So one of the things that we used to tell people when I was working on the QuickBooks Connect team for all those years is think about in your practice, what is the main thing that you do? What is your main issue? Like, what's your main thing that's kind of holding you back? I'm actually going to talk about that in my session and help people kind of peel that onion. But the understanding what that main thing is, and then figuring out that you have a plan to kind of learn about that. And then the other thing I think I would say from a vendor standpoint, it's very difficult to get a demo on the show floor and really understand and remember it. I would just make appointments later. Like just wait, make it for a week, like next week. Like, so if you're there the week of the 6th, 7th, 8th, whatever, 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th, make it for the following week when you've gotten back. And then, but just only set up the demos that you're really interested in, right? That are going to solve the problem that you have. Yeah.
Here's my tip on vendors. Find one that you're going to implement, because the first conference I ever went to, there was,
and of course that's Liscio. Let's just say that right away.
But find one.
Sorry, I had to do that.
Get all the swag. Bring an extra suitcase to take the swag.
Yes.
And then find one and say, I'm going to learn this.
Yeah.
Or I want to find out about that.
Yeah.
And then forget the others. They'll be there. They'll be there.
Do you want you guys want to know what we call people that come and just take swag?
Well, they call them trick-or-treaters, because that's what I do.
Trick-or-treaters.
So funny.
Hey, everybody wants to get rid of their swag.
Perfect.
If you didn't want us to take it, you wouldn't bring it.
I have a whole
want to take it home.
I have a whole different approach.
We always want to go trick-or-treat.
But I have a whole different approach when I go to these conferences. I go to be inspired, and I take deep breaths all the time. I don't have to go to every party. I don't have to go to every class.
Oh, Deborah, we see you at every party. We're not buying
I
that.
don't drink. I mean, I go to the party, show up.
You're like a little Energizer bunny.
It's
You're
not
there.
the drinking that you're doing. It's you just being alive, Deborah, that makes the party happen.
Because I'm an introvert too. They don't believe it, but
you are not.
I am. I can sit and knit all day long.
We are not going to do any introvert shaming here. If people say they're introverts, they're introverts.
But boy, get me on stage and I come alive. But
hey, Allison, I just wanted to say, I love that you say trick-or-treaters, but here's what I do when I go to QuickBooks Connect or conferences that are in the November, December timeframe. And you can ask Emily, who is on this watching, stocking stuffers. I don't pay for stocking stuffers. They get pens, they get notepads, they get my airline ticket receipt, they get all that stuff. So for me, it's not trick-or-treating, it's Santa.
I get my wardrobe for the next year with all the t-shirts.
That's right.
I mean, I have a Pilates shirt now for the rest of the, I got to get my new
Pilates
wardrobe.
So
self-care. Self-care is super important.
So I heard bring an extra suitcase for the swag.
Leave extra room, bring a bigger
drink water.
Hey, I want to share something about icebreaking, because I could hear we were talking a lot about like getting comfortable, and I love the small talk. What I do, guys, and I've shared it with tons of people, and I think a few of my friends and our friends that are here are going to do it, is you can go a little step further and you can create your own swag or your own attention grabber, and that will start the conversation. So I'm never wearing t-shirts, but I'm wearing the first swag I've ever created. It's actually a QuickBooks Connect shirt that I created for 2015. So that way people can stop me. I went
I love it.
Airbrush.
I love it.
Oh, there we go.
Fantastic.
Okay, it's hashtag Mariette, folks.
That's 7 years, guys. This is a 7-year-old t-shirt. I only wear it like once a year. But trust me. And then I get one step further. I made a video before I went to QuickBooks Connect about how I was going to wear my shirt. And I was at my son's soccer game and I was working out like Rocky. I had so many people come up to me and be like, dude, is that the shirt from your video? Like, if you don't feel comfortable starting a conversation, that starts the conversation. So, I mean, I have a friend that's going to make a backpack and she's going to be wearing the backpack with big words in the back. People are going to stop her to talk to her about the backpack. So y'all can go a little further if you want, or do something as simple as you see my nails. There's no nails. Next week, these will be QuickBooks ready. Like I will literally have them themed for QuickBooks. Maybe
I'm waiting to get my nails done for that reason.
Yeah. So you guys can do things to break the ice.
The other thing that attracts a lot of attention is to go in the Wayback Machine and pull out your old QuickBooks swag.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw somebody
have an advantage over the rest.
No, I've actually given it all away. I don't have it now. Because I've given it all away.
You don't need that. You don't need that, Don.
But if you do have something that's
coming with me.
Of course okay, perfect. But if you don't have anything, like maybe you're not as capable as Mariette and you don't like have a hashtag Mariette, which by the way I love. I'm going to use on everything now. By the way, all of my tweets are going to be tagged hashtag Mariette, which people are going to be like, what is that? What is that weird? That's so weird. Probably hashtag Mariette rocks probably is what I'll do. I'll probably hijack that. But the old, like, I remember we saw somebody with one of the first like QuickBooks bags we had done when Donna Oman was like, the biggest bag wins. I don't know if you guys remember, you know, Donna, obviously, but she would, the bag, BAG, the biggest bag wins. And so at trade shows, we would make sure that the QuickBooks team had the biggest bag because all the other little bags went inside the big bag.
Yep.
Oh,
right. So the big bag wins. So people would come and they would get these bags but they were really good quality bags. And so we saw somebody come with like a 2008 Lacerte bag and we were like, dude, that's like 2008.
Wow. Vintage.
Like, that is vintage, right?
Vintage,
Right. So if you have any of the older things and you want to like start a conversation, that is a really good way to do it. Yeah. So let's talk about sessions. We've got about half an hour left. So what are you guys most excited about? Feel free to plug your own sessions or plug each other's.
There's an e-commerce meetup that I'm excited about, a community. I'm going to go see e-commerce, a lot happening over there.
E-commerce. Okay.
Yeah.
When is that, Jeannie?
That is 5/20 on, I don't know, one of the days. I think probably
you got to look at your schedule, folks.
Like, you can't tell from these schedules, printing them out is really complicated.
Cindy's just giving a shout out to Deb's Just Say No.
It is on Thursday. The e-commerce meetup is on Thursday, December 8th.
Thank you.
Okay.
The
Heather,
Happy Camp Reunion meetup is on Wednesday. It's the first meetup. So
I'm going to be late, but I'm coming.
And those of you that want to learn about it, come. It says it's full. We're just saying come anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. If it says it's full, come anyway. We will make room for you.
I'm coming in late. I'm flying in that morning. I'll be there.
Yeah. And then I'm excited about so I'm really interested this year in helping people with their training and writing. And so Michelle Long is doing a session, right, on how speaking and training can boost your practice growth. So I'm going to that one because I think that would be awesome.
And it can. I will tell you, it can. From like it could seriously boost your.
Totally. And then I'm also gonna go to, I believe Misty Mejia's got a session.
When is her session?
Her session is
Thursday at 9. I'm gonna go to Thursday at 9.
Thursday at 9.
December 8th at noon. December 8th.
Oh, noon. They changed. I thought it was 9.
Maybe it is 9. I think it's an Eastern time.
Oh, we're seeing Eastern time still. Which
Lordy.
The time is
different. Don't get me crazy with those times. By the way, everybody get used to Pacific because you're going to be in Pacific time.
Yeah,
all right.
But when you're making your schedule now, just to keep that in mind, when you're seeing it on the website, you're seeing it in your time zone.
Your time. Yes.
So
don't get too confused, but your calendar your phone will click
it will
over.
adjust. Yeah.
Your phone will adjust. So if you're just putting it on your calendar, it should just sync when you get.
I can tell you what I'm really, really, really excited about is something that we're doing right here as the Brady Bunch, and we're collaborating, we're together. We're not worried about who does what and who's going to compete with whom. And so I'm going to be a part of a group teaching the collaboration, not competition. It's on 2 days. And I'm super excited about it. Again, it's hosted by Roundtable Labs with Richard Roper Roberts.
Yes, he's got a couple of those.
I'm super excited. I think we do have like 7 groups that are coming together in different Roundtable Labs, including the apps Roundtable, which is going to be having some of these apps come in where we get to ask them questions and we get to see what we can do for them. So look up anything that says Roundtable Labs as well. And I'm excited because we are just a big family, just like we are here on the call today.
Yeah. And by the way, I just want to clarify, Las Vegas is in the Pacific time zone. I just looked it up. Some folks were thinking it was Mountain. It's Pacific.
No, it's Pacific.
Yeah.
Heather, you're also on a panel about collaborating. So accountants and developers.
I am. Yes, thank you. Yes, we're doing accountants and developers, a perfect pairing. I have 2 accounting professionals and 2 developers. Nice. They're going to be on that panel talking about what makes that partnership work and what things can actually get in your way when you're trying to get the best results. So that's going to be awesome. We have Liz Scott. Dawn is on that panel with me.
Oh, I have that one already in my schedule.
So I'll tell you what, it's going to be a really fun time. If you want to have some fun and have just competition, and I mean, this is where competition comes in, Dave. It is the riff off on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. So who is there? Have people submitted? Have people submitted videos for that? Are they all okay?
The teams are defined.
Do you want to say what it's about though? Do you want to give a quick shout out? Because that's
it is the riff off is full. Okay, we got to figure something out. What's going to happen is there's 2 teams and they've developed and recorded their top 3 tips in QBO. And what's going to happen is one team will go, they will show their tip.
And apparently we've got to vote for Debbie. And then she's got an advance. She's like, vote for my team. Okay, we've already got some competition going on. All right. Hashtag Debbie. Hashtag Deborah. Yeah.
So just so you know how it's going to work is they're recording their tips. The riff off is supposed to be an animal house where we are screaming, we are voting, we're encouraging, we're cheering people on. Don't worry if you missed the tip entirely. How did they present it? Does it look like a cool tip? You've never seen that trick before. Those types of things, and there'll be a vote for that. And
I was able to add it right now. So they may have changed you to a bigger room because you can still add it to your schedule. It was closed before. So if there are things that you were trying to get into, try again. They might have rearranged some of the rooms to make it work.
Yeah, it's amazing how many are full. And
I think, I don't know. I don't know if this is true or not for this year. So I want to take this with a grain of salt, everybody. But I think that it's really the schedule builder is really just to figure out so that the team can figure out the configuration of the rooms.
Yeah.
So I think you still can go to a session if you haven't got it on your schedule. I don't think anybody's going to stop you. So
so just from past experiences.
Yeah, what happens?
I think the fire marshal may stop you if the room is too full.
Yeah.
There are going to be times where the room is too full, but if
don't
it's not, they'll
late.
let you sit on the floor.
Here's what happens. At least if it's the same way. So you don't get a printed agenda with your ticket on it with your. So there's no. I think what I'm trying to say is if a session is full and you really want to go to it, just get there very early.
Yes.
And don't rock up late and then argue with the person at the door that you have got it on your schedule, because they're going to be like, look, the seating is, first come, first serve.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
So, but the agenda is important because then you have an agenda, so you know what you need to go to, because you will forget. You will completely forget. It's like your first day at college, right? You'll be like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I don't know, whatever, right? So you want to make sure you have your agenda. And then the second thing is if there's a session that you really care about, either you've registered for it or not, just get there early. because you don't want to be disappointed. Yeah. And if you are disappointed, suck it up, Buttercup, and go to a different session, because there's going to be great sessions.
Yeah. And you know what, that, Allison, really quickly, like if you guys really have a session you want to go to, I know I've done this for every conference I've ever gone to, and I've gone to hundreds over the last many, many years. I will, again, this is me. I'm a little overboard. Okay. Let me put that out there. The night before, and it also, by the way, gets your steps in. Always wear your watch for your steps, because you get like 150,000 steps. So the night before, I will go to around the whole conference actual facility, and I will go in front of each room that I really want to attend the next day. And so there's no excuses that I didn't know where to be at what time. Yeah. So again, I've had the fire marshal tell me I can't get into a room, and I've had the fire marshal tell people they can't get into my room. But honestly, that's their fault, because they could have gone the night before, figured it out, or asked a friend to go find out where the room's at. And be there like ahead of time, because like Allison just said, the real truth, I know so many people are like so frustrated about the agenda. The full was just from a capacity on the app. It has nothing to do with you showing up 20 minutes before, sitting your butt down in a seat, and you will be in that room. Like it will happen.
Right. And the other thing I ask very respectfully of everybody, and please pass it around, all of you that are on the call, the QuickBooks Connect team is working really, really hard. Yes. And all of those people there have taken time out of their jobs to be there. And they're not event professionals, most of them, right? Yeah. So don't get all uppity and all up in their grill. If you can't, don't be
also it's a new location for them.
Don't be
a QuickBooks Gary.
Yeah. Well, so lots of people there that are going to be there are going to be Karen, and they're going to be there, and they can't help it because their name is Karen. But
thanks to real Karens.
don't be a doofus. Don't be a drip. Like just be kind. Be kind. Be nice. Yeah. And Carrie has just shared the property map. Nice. Carrie, that's awesome. Thank you for that. That's a great tip.
But I tell you, sometimes the best session is the one you're talking to a friend in the hallway.
Yeah.
That hallway 101, like my friend Brad always talks about, is the best session. Yeah. Because you're talking to people that really matter to you. Because
hallway 101.
Yeah, hallway 101. I mean, so
maybe we should have a hashtag for hallway 101 QuickBooks Connect.
Yeah.
Like, who did you meet? Pictures. And then somebody said earlier, Heather, I think it was you, that your tip in there of the chat. By the way, I think I'm going to have to just grab the chat and publish that as tips, because that's amazing. I think, Heather, you said take a lot of pictures. Was that a lot of pictures? Said that?
Yeah, Megan said that too. Take selfies, take pictures. You forget, you get busy, and I think it was, I don't remember what conference it was this year, but I didn't take any. And I was on my way home, like going to look at it. I'm like,
you're like, oh, I didn't get any pictures.
There's nothing here. So make sure that you're taking the pictures. And then I had said it real quickly, is like drink water. That's another thing. I have known personally at least 3 people that have gotten dehydrated at conferences, and that ruined their experience. So you can get really, really sick if you don't constantly drink water. And what I will tell you is there's water all over the conference.
Yeah, so
also,
bring a
reusable.
Dry. Vegas is dry. It's a desert, actually. It's a desert.
Yeah. It's easy to get dehydrated in Vegas.
Oh, somebody taught me a trick about so I can't like pack my humidifier, but in your room, if you leave a full cup of water, like it'll evaporate into the air a little bit more, so you'll have water. Like coming from New York, where we have a lot of water, to the desert, I know it messes me up. I almost cursed. It messes me up a little bit.
Yeah, you can buy the little. Yeah, you can buy the little ones that just take a little water bottle. Travel humidifiers. Yeah. And just to kind of put back into, what we've already kind of said, is a self-care moment. You have to remember that the conference is a conference, but you need to still go take some time for yourself, whether that's going to go get a massage or just going into a quiet room, especially if you're someone with anxiety or this people and this stuff and shiny, whatever. Make sure that you do take that time, and, and if you're nervous, find a partner, find somebody out there that wants to connect with you, that can say, hey, you know what, I'm not feeling so good. Can you walk me to my room or whatever? And somebody to check up on you. That's really
the same if you're scared, or if something happens, like if you see somebody with a badge on, anyone works there, doesn't, one of us, if you're in a situation where you're uncomfortable, absolutely ask for help or just flag somebody down. Because that I can say personal experience. And Dave, I think you were there. This community is so good about how can we help you? I mean, it's what we do, right? So like, how can we help you? How can I find the person that can help? do I talk to somebody from the conference? Do I talk to a police officer, whatever it is, right? But if you're in an uncomfortable situation, do not hesitate to ask for help.
And walk to, if you're not staying at the host hotel and you're having to leave to go to another place, remember companionship, 2 people walking, you know, again, safety is really important. And I think that we all believe in being safe and whole. And so we're always available. Like, you know, like Kelly said, grab somebody and say, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just say, I'm having a moment, I'm feeling weird, or I'm, you know, yeah. I think it's pretty minor that happens, but I do love that concept of being safe, and QuickBooks Connect is really designed to be a psychologically safe conference.
Yeah.
So meaning that it's not one of those kind of places where you have to really, like, you really just kind of don't, like, the whole idea is just to bring your whole self, right? Like, bring who you are, right?
You do you.
You do you. That's right. And I think we started off this conversation saying that, you know, everyone is really open. And Kelly, I think you said, you know, we all have our anxieties and our feelings of maybe not being good enough. I don't know why that is. We need to work on that as a society. And I think we all need to make lists of the things that we do that are really killer, and you know, and have those lists that we look at, because everyone is so much better than they think they are.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned that, Allison. I have a theory on that. And I think that the people that feel the most insecure are the people that are constantly trying to get better. And that ends up being the highest performers, because they're constantly looking to push the needle on their own growth. And so they're constantly feeling, how can I be better? So
I think that's a positive thing. I think you also need to also say, I did well on this, and you can celebrate your wins too. 100%. I don't think they're incompatible. Right?
No. I think they're the same. But I think we forget to recognize how much we've done, because we're constantly thinking about, how can I do that better? Right. So excellent. And Kelly, I wanted to know, Kelly, what we're wearing for this conference.
Jeans and t-shirt, girl.
We should talk about what we're wearing. Actually, that's a really great topic.
That's an inside joke, because the last 3 conferences.
So Heather knows. I'm going to be dressed in we're going to call it a surprise outfit that we're not going to disclose at this time. But
it's so awesome.
But I will be spending a lot of time at the Cinder booth. So that is where I will be revealing said attire, if you will. And I promise you it will be magical and engaging, and you will likely want to take pictures with me, because I was taking all the pictures just when I was practicing. So
I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I have a
comfortable shoes.
Yeah. So speaking of what we're wearing,
for sure.
The Liscio users, Liscio companies, Liscio customers that answered our request for, hey, are you coming? Make sure you come to the Liscio booth, because there will be something special for you to wear. Very, very unique, very custom, very special. So make sure you do come to the booth early, because that's going to be a fun thing. But I think in general, are people wearing sort of, are you guys doing business casual? Are you doing
whatever? People are whatever.
And pants.
Whatever they wear.
Clothing. We're wearing clothing,
no
right?
Dress code.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Nothing fancy.
Oh, bring a sweater though, because it's always cold.
Unless you're Marriott. Marriott's fancy, by the way. So
yeah, Marriott's always
hey, by the way, if you feel fancy, you dress fancy. You come
whatever you want.
For sure.
You do whatever you want.
I'm not fancy.
Personally, I
this
cannot
isn't going to be a conference where anybody needs to worry about it. But I think the main thing that we do here is where the comfortable shoes are important. And and if you're comfortable wearing heels, great, wear heels. But there is a lot of walking. So understand that.
Vegas.
Do not buy a new pair of shoes and break them in there. Like, that's not the time.
And they're done that.
Raise your hand if you learned that lesson at a live conference.
And if you're going to do that, what you want is you want a pair of those ballet flats in your purse, okay? Like, so that you can switch off if you need to, whatever. But the point is that wear something really comfortable. And then the other big tip that I hear time and time again is layers. And Kelly, you just mentioned it. Dave was like, I'm going to wear shorts. Great
shorts.
However, first of all, no way will you ever see me in shorts. Like, something can't be unseen. I'm sorry, folks. No way. No way.
The paleness is too much.
No way. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, it's a ghost. Yeah, no. But
I feel you, sister.
But the cold. Eric just popped in and said that it's too cold, and so the conference
it's going to be chilly inside.
Yeah.
But also the desert gets cold at night. People think because it's Vegas that it's warm. I can personally attest it will be cold at night. So if you're going to be going out on the strip, bring a jacket. I don't think like, I'm not talking your down, goose down jacket, but bring something to wear outside also, because that is going to be cold at night.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just say that the BFD podcast will have a table there, and we are giving away a lot of stuff. I've got designated motivator socks that I am bringing. We're giving away a mini iPad and a pen for the iPad. I don't understand that part, but anyway, so there's so much that is going to happen, and here's the thing. It's going to go by like that. You're going to get there and you're going to be leaving and you're going to be like,
crazy. And I'm bringing ornaments. I have a very few ornaments.
Oh, Jeannie.
So you're going to have to seek me out. I don't have all the big bang. I don't even have a megaphone.
Oh my God, we're going to have to
a
scramble.
Backpack. I'm going to have
you know what?
ornaments.
Those are going to be the ones that people are going to go. Like I remember the QB happy hour ornament that I got like a couple of years ago.
I just took a picture
of
mine.
I still have that.
Yes.
I think there was 2 years, right? Heather, did you do it for 2 years?
We're working on
Jeannie,
this
I
year's.
can't wait. I can't wait for your ornament. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we were working on that.
I'm bringing
yesterday,
3D glasses. I don't have anything 3D, but they're fun.
I have my Basset Hound socks. I still have my Basset Hound socks.
Yay, Deborah.
Hey, Allison, I'm just curious. Were there any like top questions we were supposed to answer? Because we're only like 9 minutes. I'm just curious.
This was meant to be loose and understand like what tips and things you guys have come up with. I think there's been some really, really good ones. I think I heard, for me personally, I heard a couple that the self-care moments, the introvert versus, just like take care for yourself. And if you do feel like you need to just kind of opt out for a little bit and just go back to your room and just kind of get your center back, do it. This is not a, you're not getting, it's not a contest and you're not getting graded, right? The other thing I heard was get a lot of pictures. So that's a really good one. Debbie had a tip about, go up to people and say, hey, sit down at the table where the speakers are sitting. Hey, do you mind if I join you? No one's going to say,
just sit down. Don't even do you mind? No, just sit down.
Sit down. If there's a seat, sit down.
This drives me crazy. Yeah. Don't say, can I ask you a question? I said, you just used one up. Just ask the question.
True, that's facts.
That's one of my pet peeves. Can I ask you a question? You just asked me one.
Yeah.
Just ask the question.
Just ask.
You've already proven that you can.
Yes, you can. Yes. Yeah. The other things I think are to do with, there was specific sessions and things that people were really interested in. I think there's so much choice that you really are going to need to make the decision yourself, right? Yeah. Like, what is the most important thing for you? So have a plan. I think you're all going to have to make a beeline for Jeannie and get that ornament. So that's going to be,
I got to get more.
Jeannie's going to be like,
and remember, she's not getting there till Wednesday morning.
Well, and I need to double check, Jeannie, but I think
Don's already threatening people.
I think we may be doing a scholarship giveaway of yours at QuickBooks Connect.
I hope so.
So we need to think about, I think we are. I think we are. I think we're giving away a scholarship. So that is something that you're going to want to come to the Liscio booth for, is to enter that scholarship. So
yes, for Level 5 Advisor.
Jeannie picks, by the way, we don't pick. You have to fill out an application and you say why you want it. Well, no, it's because it can't just go to just anybody, right? It has to go to the right person.
Right. But Joe Manzelli just said he wanted a bottle of wine, not an ornament. So sorry, Joe.
Sorry, no, not going to happen. Yeah. I think there were other things about, making sure that you do have layers, that you wear the right outfits. And Mariette said, if you want to get fancy, get fancy. If you want to be, I'm not going to be fancy, but I probably will, for the party that the Hot Assets party, I think I probably will wear something a little nicer because it's in a nice.
You're hosting a party.
Well, with a number of different apps, so I will be there for that one. Yeah. I will. I may not be, busting a move on the dance floor or drinking up a storm. One of the tips that I personally have for you is that if you do like to go to parties and you do like to drink, do not get trashed on your first night.
Take all the fun out of it.
You are going to be very unhappy.
Oh, whatever, day. Jeannie.
You will be very unhappy.
There's only one way to do QuickBooks Connect wrong, and that's hungover.
100%.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's right.
Well, I think I heard hungover, in uncomfortable shoes, and dehydrated.
Those are your 3 big healthy.
Oh my word.
You can go buy new shoes. Vegas has lots of stores.
Yes,
but if you're hungover.
Yes. You cannot undo the hungoverness. So folks, now David Leary has a tip about eating sardines in the morning. Most of us were kind of like,
why?
No, but it is a good tip about having a good breakfast and getting some protein in. And so Christy's like, I know. I actually
get your protein in.
I actually personally love sardines, but I would never eat a can of them. I like them on toast. It's a weird British thing. But I wouldn't eat a can of them. It's like one sardine on a piece of buttered toast is actually very delicious, but I wouldn't eat them out of a can. So Brad says he's hangover proof. Well, okay. You are one person. Oh, brain dates. Brain dates. Yeah. So I think that, and then Dave, one of the things I think you were talking about, like a quiet moment, there's a quiet room that you want to tell about that. Isn't there a quiet room that people can go to?
Yes, I know that QuickBooks is offering some of those, and then the group of apps, including Roundtable Labs and Liscio, are offering up a quiet room as well. We're going to call it the library because it's for work and for peace and for getting back to yourself. And we're really excited about having that opportunity. We're excited that QuickBooks is excited about people taking a break because I think that's also very important.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Marriott's got a little list of the extra delighters. The Color Parlor. Wait, do you want to read them out, Marriott?
Yeah, they're right on the website. They're the Color Parlor, the Swag Spot. I think the Swag Spot's going to be for purchase, though. I'm just thinking. And then Guess Less, Glow More. I thought I saw something about puppies, and I thought I saw something about henna, but I don't know where that is anymore.
To understand tell me about the puppies.
Puppies.
That's
Puppy Lounge. There you go.
That's Tanya. Tanya Hackman Hiltz is doing the puppy thing.
Are they?
That's
puppies?
the stuffed
I
puppies.
think.
Are they?
They're stuffed puppies?
Are they real puppies?
So this is Tanya's puppies.
Stuffed.
These are Tanya's.
And
then
are stuffed.
These are
no, but it's actually by Avalera. Avalera's gonna have a puppy lounge.
Oh, cool.
Real puppies. Like go pet some puppies. My dog will be so mad if I come home with a dog.
I'll be changing the location of my brain date to the puppy lounge.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I love that. I think I'm gonna add a new brain date to the puppy lounge.
All right. So we're just about at time, folks. So what I would like to do is to invite all of you on the call to connect with all of us on social. Apparently we're not sure about Twitter, but some of us are still on there. Connect with us on LinkedIn. Are there any other social channels that you guys are using? Instagram? What else are we using?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I know Intuit is still going to be engaging, or at least using our tweets to engage on Twitter. So regardless of where else we're putting things, it's probably still going to be the most.
I think we're still on Twitter, and so if we just do hashtag Marriott and hashtag QB Connect.
Yes, hashtag QB Connect.
We should be fine. We will connect with everybody. But I think let's set a goal, guys. The people that are on there's Debbie Kills. You can just search on the person's name and find, but let's go ahead and set an intention to really connect with everybody and get as many selfies as you can. The other thing I wanted to mention, do not judge me. I will have a mask on the whole time. And that's just my comfort level. So if you want to mask up. If you don't have to. And no mask shaming for the people who have it on, okay? So I just wanted to again say this is a very, very safe conference for you, and you need to do you. Hopefully
be comfortable.
Hopefully with a bottle of water and comfortable shoes and layers on. And that's really, and not hungover, right? Okay. Now my Brady Bunch team, I want to get a selfie, and we're going to do one with a smiley face, and then we're going to, okay. So ready for smiley?
Time is 1 p.m.
All right. Okay, we got the smiley. Now let's do. Okay, ready?
Pass it on.
Oh wait, we got to do it
How
again.
about the little.
Sorry, we got to do it again. I have a little. Okay, ready? Okay. Okay. Super cute, you guys. All right, I'm going to embarrass you all on social later.
Do it.
Nice.
Bring it.
Impossible.
Love you all. Everyone.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.